Okay. The thing that I hear a lot of people talk about is oh, I thought it was gonna explode in the car. That would have been very bad. Oh, okay. I hear a lot of people talk about their purpose. Oh, wow, this is not going well. I hear a lot of people talk about their purposes in life, and you know, I never really had much thought into my purpose in life. You know, it's always like a thing that you're supposed to be thinking about, and I do think about it. It's just it's never really answered. You know, I never really. I mean, nobody asked me directly what my purpose in life, what I want to be in life. Like you always hear this cliche saying like, "Oh, I want to be rich. I want to be successful. I want to be a doctor. I want to be this, that." But that's kind of boring. You know, I want to be. I want to be many things. You know, I want to be many things. I want to be a dad. I want to be a kind person. I want to be someone that people can look to and feel welcome. I want to be somebody that people are like, wow, he's clean. I want to be somebody who is caring. I want to be somebody who is confident. I want to be someone who feels okay with their life. You know, I don't really need some grand lifestyle. I don't really, I'm not really fond of, the flashy lights, the amazing lifestyle, the luxurious cars, luxurious houses, big mansions. You know, like, don't get me wrong. I want to be noticed, you know? I want to be like in the side where you have the whole show, but I'm on the sideline and you just notice me just appreciating the show, right? I want to be noticed like that. I don't want to be so into the scene like the spotlight, but I just want someone to look at me and be like, "Wow, you know, that's a I don't know. I'm just gonna go say a bunch of weird stuff. That's a good-looking guy. Oh, that person is so kind. You know, because that gives me confirmation that I'm who I want to be. You know, like my purpose in life is that I want to be kind. You know, I want to be a good guy. I want to be a dad. I want to be smart. I want to be all these things. You know, maybe that is boring, but I just feel like this just because like I mean, I'm literally just going on the top of my head. I mean, I never really thought about it like this, like never actually saying what my purpose in life is, what type of person I want to be. And literally, I was watching We Are All Trying Here, the K drama, the newest episode, and the older brother asked Una what she wants to be, and I took that as a way of like, what do I want to be? What type of person do I want to be? I just want a stable, regular life. Just I go to the office, I do whatever I need to do. It's not hard, it's not difficult, it's not super stressful. I just go in there, I have a task, I do the task, and I go home. And I earn money. And it earns enough money to feed a family. It earns enough money to live a very regular middle class, lifestyle. You know, I want to be. That's what I want to be. I guess that's my purpose. I mean, your purpose can be whatever you want. Like the problem that a lot of people have, and the big problem that I've had is that my purpose in life was, it's always you don't know. Like for a while, I kept thinking that my purpose in life will just come to me. Like the answer will just come to me, and in a way, it kind of does. But it kind of does. like it's weird because when you actively look for it, it's like you're forcing it. You know what I mean? I don't really know how to describe it, but when you're forcing something, it's like it's running away from you unless you just don't look at it. Right? You don't look at it. Like you're thinking about it. Like you're not actively looking for it, but it just comes to you. If that makes sense. I don't know. That's the only way I can really put it. But like it literally just came to me. You know, I had the someone at like I imagine somebody was asking me through, when I was watching, but I imagine someone was asking me what your purpose was, and this is just the thought that came up. I wanted to be a kind person. I want to be a good guy. Even though that is kind of boring. I mean, I'm literally just going on the top of my head. I want to be someone that people can depend on. Somebody that is always welcoming other people. The person that people don't feel uncomfortable around. Somebody that you want around. That's the type of person I want to be. I want to be friendly to other people. I want to be kind to other people. I want to be someone that you notice just in the side, being like, wow, that's a kind person. Wow, what he did was very kind. Because the reason why I want other people to see is because, like, maybe it's not a good thing that you want other people to like see. Like, I think the premise or the idea is that you should always do something without other people looking, right? But the thing is that when some I get it, I probably shouldn't. But the thing is, the reason why I want that is because it gives me confirmation that I'm actually doing it. If I try to do something nice and somebody sees it and they think that while that person is doing nice, it gives me confirmation that I'm being the person I want to be. Like maybe that's not really a focus, but it's a whole net of things. A whole board of things that you want to be. I mean, you can be many things. Your purpose in life can be many things. Like it's whatever you want, and it's a whole bunch of things. That's the thing about living or finding your purpose, is that there's not just necessarily one label, right? Like when people say, oh, I want to be successful, or I want to be a doctor, or I want to be a teacher, or I want to be I want to be rich. Like it feels boring because they're putting they're putting a person who is so complex into one word, and I just don't think there's a whole list of words. I mean, because when I hear a bunch of people say, I mean, I got this from the K drama too. When I do hear people say that, oh, what's your purpose in life? Oh, I mean, what do you want to be? Oh, I want to be rich. I want to be successful. And you hear that a lot, right? Everybody wants to be rich. Everybody wants to be successful. It's a very cliche thing. I mean, nobody. Don't get me wrong. Like, there's not a bad thing to say, but I just feel like there's just better ways to answer that question. Like I said, there's no wrong answers, but maybe I'm just thinking too much of it. But that's just what I am. I'm an overthinker. I mean, I just accepted it that I overthink all the time. I just try to make sure that it doesn't get to me, right? But, you know, that's just the thoughts that I've had. What is your purpose in life? What do you want to be? And that's who I want to be. If I want people to know me, I want people to know me as somebody who's caring, who's considerate, who's articulate with his words, even though I'm not. One who expresses his emotions very, very well. One who's not super aggressive. One who's very tame and calm, and somebody who has a good speech. That's what I want to be. I want people to, if I want people to know me as, that's what I want them to know me as. Is that, see, I'm not even very good with words, but I probably didn't phrase that properly. I want people to know me as that. right? If people ask me, what do you want people to know you as? I want people to know me as that. You know, like the thing is that you just don't. I never really had a full on answer to that question. What do you want to be? What is your purpose in life? I don't actually like this, like all the things that I just listed, they just came on the top of my head. You know, they literally did. You know, because nobody really, like, you believe it or not, nobody actually like directly asked me what do you want to be, or you know, they always ask me, oh, what are you trying to get a career as, and your career is not you, your career is not who you are, and I refuse to believe that that's the case. You know, like, sure, you can say that a doctor is one of the things you are, but I don't know. I just think that like having an occupation as one of the labels to define who you are, it's like, I don't know. I feel like it's one of those things that you can't, that it's not who you are. You know, if I don't really know how to express that thought clearly, but I just don't think that, oh, I'm a nurse, I'm a lawyer, I'm a teacher, I'm this, like whatever your occupation is. I don't think that's the right way to express who you are, or at least be one of the things to describe who you are. I mean, I genuinely think that your career is completely different than who you are. You know, I think it's separate. I think the professional business world, you have that side, and you have the more deeper levels. You know, like if you are alone in your room, what are you? Right? If you are all alone and nobody knows who you are, nobody sees what you have, nobody knows your job, nobody knows how much money you have, nobody knows your name. Like literally you are the only person in the room. And you ask yourself, who am I? And as corny, it's cliche, it's corny. But the thing is, I think it's the one thing that you have to understand about yourself is that who are you without the eyes of anyone else? You know, if nobody was in the room to watch you, if nobody was in the room to see you and talk to you, well, who are you? What do you think you are? And and that's the question I ask myself all the time, is that I don't know what my purpose is. Well, I mean, I know who I want to be, right? But I don't know who I am as of right now. I know who I want to be, right? Like I just listed all the things of who I want to be, but I don't know who I am now. And I think this is a weird phase. This is just a weird phase in my life where I don't really know. And I think that's all right. I think that's okay. Because as long as you have a person that you are trying to be, I think that's what's more important of who you are now. As long as you're actively trying to be someone much better than you are now, I think that that is a good thing to have. But what is your purpose? What do you want to be? Who are you now? I think those are all questions that need to be answered at some point in your life. And it's going to be difficult to answer that question. I don't think anybody really knows what that question is. But I don't know. Like, I'm an overthinker. I'm an introverted person, you know. That's why I'm attracted to the more, like, if I had a girlfriend later in the future, I really hope that she is like the bubbly type. She's a very cute, bubbly personality. That's what I want. But anyways, that was a weird thing to say. I don't know why I said. I don't know. No. It's because I was talking to you about who I was. That's why I was saying that I'm an introverted person, and I'm attracted to an extroverted person. Yeah. But anyways, I'm gonna catch you on the next video, and I'm gonna see you later.